Should government introduce a 4-day workweek? Hi everyone, today I'd like to discuss one of the most widely debated proposals in labor economics and organizational behavior. Should government encourage or mandate a 4-day workweek? For over a century, technological progress has continuously increased labor productivity. Automation, digitalization, and artificial intelligence now enable workers to produce far more output than previous generations. Yet, despite these remarkable gains, the standard 5-day workweek has remained largely unchanged in many countries. This raises an important question. If workers can produce more in less time, should societies reduce working hours? Supporters of a 4-day workweek argue that productivity should not be measured solely by the number of hours spent at work. Research in organizational psychology suggests that excessively long working hours often reduce concentration, creativity, and decision-making quality. As fatigue accumulates, marginal productivity may decline substantially. An additional hour worked does not necessarily generate an equivalent increase in output. In some occupations, shorter working weeks may actually increase overall productivity by reducing burnout and improving employee well-being. Another argument concerns work-life balance. Modern workers frequently experience chronic stress resulting from long commuting times, family responsibilities, and constant digital connectivity. An additional day of rest may improve physical health, mental well-being, and family relationships. Employees who enjoy greater life satisfaction may also exhibit stronger organizational commitment and lower turnover rates. Some economists therefore argue that reduced working hours may enhance both individuals' welfare and organizational performance. Environmental considerations provide another perspective. If fewer people commute each week, transportation-related carbon emissions may decline. Office buildings may consume less electricity and fuel resources. Although these environmental benefits vary across industries, they represent an additional potential advantage. However, critics emphasize significant economic challenges. Many sectors, including healthcare, manufacturing, retail, and emergency services, require continuous staffing. Reducing working hours without reducing service quality may require firms to hire additional employees, increasing labor costs. Small businesses with limited financial resources may struggle to absorb these additional expenses. Critics also argue that productivity gains differ substantially across occupations. Knowledge-intensive professions may maintain output with fewer working hours, but labor-intensive industries often depend directly on the amount of labor supplied. A uniform national policy may therefore ignore important sectoral differences. Some economists consequently advocate allowing firms and employees to negotiate working arrangements voluntarily rather than imposing a universal legal standard. In my opinion, governments should encourage experimentation rather than mandate a single model. Different industries face different production technologies and labor market conditions. Pilot programs, tax incentives, and flexible labor regulations may allow organizations to identify arrangements that maximize both productivity and employee well-being. Evidence should guide policy more than ideology. Ultimately, the purpose of economic progress is not merely to increase output, it is to improve human welfare. If technological innovation enables societies to maintain prosperity while reducing unnecessary working hours, policymakers should seriously consider how those gains can be shared. The question is not simply how much we can produce, it is how we choose to use the productivity that modern economies have already created. So here's my question for you. Should governments actively promote a 4-day workweek as productivity increases? Or should working hours remain entirely a matter of market negotiation between employers and employees? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening. See you next time.